Thank you. Okay. Welcome to our Divine Origin Forum. Tonight's topic is Divine Feminine 2. Please remain muted as we start with an opening prayer. We call the benevolent beings of light, archangels, and ascended masters to guide and inspire us during this forum. Our forum's vision is to bring the understanding, tools, discipline, and support for those seeking to enter the straight and narrow path, the road less traveled, that will lead us along effectively and steadily through the ascension process. Integration of the human experience with our divine origin is moving us full circle to achieve our divine potential. So be it. We thank you for answering the call from on high to attend the forum. Let us join our hearts and minds in preparation to receive the blessings offered. We ask you to please release your day from your mind and center yourself. Breathe in deeply and release. Breathe in deeply and release. Take one last deep breath in and release. Relax the tension in your body and your mind. Now bring your full attention to the forum. Be fully present in order to receive and fully retain the discourse gifts. Program Manager, please start our quote. This is not recorded.
Yes, it is. She can read this.
Okay. You want me to read it, Barbara?
The program manager.
Okay, go ahead.
Your mind is a garden. Imagine your mind like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. You get to choose what seeds you plant in it. You can plant seeds of positivity, love, and abundance. Or you can plant seeds of negativity, fear, and lack. You can also spend time trying to take care of everyone else's garden. Or you can work on making yours beautiful and attract other beautiful people to your garden.
That's a very good quote. And really take that to heart and think about it. We are so focused out of our own world inside us. We're always looking at everyone else's garden. Let's start looking at ours and prune it up and get it beautifully filled with all of the things that are beautiful and holy and sacred. Thank you.
Beautiful. This is not recorded. Program Manager, please start our video.
Thank you. Divine Feminine, this is the second time we're talking about this topic. And I want you to understand it isn't just about the ladies, because there's two polarities within each human being. There's the feminine and the masculine. We've talked about the mystical marriage. We've talked about the chamber in the heart, the sacred chamber in the heart. Tonight, we're going to talk about the archetype of Mary Magdalene. She shows us the power of the feminine and the importance of her role. When Jesus left the scene and wasn't available, the men were very disrupted and just completely lost. And she took the reins, because Jesus and her had like a mystical marriage. It wasn't like sexual. It wasn't, people make everything dirty. I don't know what's with our brains, but their mission, as if they were twin souls or twin flames, they balanced out so well that she was able to grasp the teachings and was able to hang on to them, and took the role of holding true to what he said, not what people are saying he said, twisting the simple truths. And there'll be a video that you'll be watching much later. I've really gotten ahead of things because I've been asked to, because of what's coming with the Academy. So in this continued search and kind of, I call it the discovery stage of all of this feminine and masculine energy, to understand how important it is to have a balance of both. It seems the men that are spiritually awakened and interested in learning has a tremendous balance of both the male and female polarities. And it is such a blessing to see how balanced the men are. The women, honestly, I see more male energy in a lot of the women that are practicing spirituality, with their power and their strength in not only their words and actions, but their fields as well. And that's why us females have to be very, very careful when we use this thing called the mouth. When words come out of your mouth, especially now with the light being so incredibly intense in the world, you're manifesting. A lot of it is miscreations as we yak about things that are just judgmental and concerning yourself into things that really have nothing to do with your ascension. It's a process that has to happen on the planet in order for the darkness to be alleviated and just leave the light. And those beings that choose to follow the light will stay and be present in the 5D experience on Earth. And those that need to continue in the 3D, 4D experience of drama and ego-driven lives, they will be in a different dimension completely. It's not a punishment. It's further learning and getting to open up their awareness that the life in 3 and 4D is driven by an ego that needs so much attention and admiration and constantly proving yourself instead of just being who you really are. This magnificent divine being, God on earth, in all these different personalities, here to experience life. That's what you are. Every one of you are so different in how you act, how you speak, how you move through your life. And that is many, many of the aspects of God playing out through you. In essence, God doesn't look at good and evil. God looks at all energy, dark and light, serving each other and serving each one of us as sovereign beings, the souls that are here to finish up all of this level of work, cleaning up the rest of our karma, making sure we work through all of our contracts and finish them off so we become completely free. We will come out of this without any attachments whatsoever to anything you own, anything that you've attached yourself to, even relationships. You can still be in a relationship, but you won't be trapped by it. You won't have karmic ties to it. It'll just be a loving, magnificent friendship that is very beautiful and it can be very beautiful. If you are with people in your life as friends, relatives, anybody who is not in compliance with universal law, you're going to feel an irritation that is going to be unbearable to be with them. And you will, if you are really working on yourself, you'll willingly step away, or they'll step away, because you'll be an irritant to them, because your light is way too bright for them to deal with. They will not be able to stand you. You'll be an annoyance to them. A lot of you have experienced it over the years, that you're trying to help people to understand the truth, whether it's politics, whether it's about their health, whether it's about relationships, and they really did not sit well with what you were saying. All of this was to train you to stop trying to fix the world and try to fix yourself. Again, with the quote about your own garden. Many years ago, I had seen a movie, and it was so special. It was all about nature and our relationship with nature. And they used the analogies of nature and the development of our consciousness. I loved it. At first, I didn't get it. And then as the movie went on, I really started to understand. I live in the woods, and being in the woods, I'm exposed to all kinds of animals that are just roaming freely and doing what the animals do, their preparation for the seasons, the way that they interact with each other, the way the food chain works, which breaks my heart. And when you get into the rhythm of the seasons, you watch where the sun is at different times of the day. In different seasons, it changes. This is what's going on inside each one of us. Everything keeps changing. Everything is in movement. Everything keeps coming up to show us something that is not right inside, that is not making us feel comfortable within our own selves. What you're going to find is you're going to desire to be with yourself more than you ever did before. And as you work on yourself, you're going to want the quiet. I'm at a point that I can't stand noise anymore. It is so irritating to my soul. And I understand it completely, because in the silence is where I'm getting all of the information I need on anything that I've ever asked a question on. In the silence, it's not words, it's energy coming through. And that's where your inspiration can actually be felt. You feel it. It's not about someone talking to you, but it will be. You will be hearing your own higher self in a voice that you go, holy Christmas, listen to that power. But until that day, you're still getting what you need. You're still in your own world, absolutely fed everything you need. Nothing is lacking except one thing. If you don't open yourself up to it, you won't get the fullness of what's being offered to you. We can create food out of the ethers. We can create anything that we set our attention to and focus long enough, and don't change it, but focus long enough until it manifests itself. None of us really have that kind of focus yet because we're so outer driven. I've been at a lot of retreats. I've gone to group meetings where we practiced all kinds of things, but that was never where I got my spirituality. I received my spirituality from within. Yes, from within. The world showed me the things I needed to really address. The people that I drew to me energetically showed me what I needed to work on or to embrace. I've been with some holy, holy people, and boy, did I cry in their presence. They were so absolutely divine. And I've been with the worst, icky, mean people that would tear me apart if they had the strength. So I worked on those people in the way that I needed to by owning that dark shadow in me until it wasn't acting anymore. And I wasn't drawing those people to me anymore. That's how you know when you're really getting somewhere. So if you have people in your life and you say, well, I can't leave them, I feel so sorry for them. They're dragging you down energetically. They are. Now, if you are in a contract with them, you'll know when that contract is over, because what was enjoyable, what you love to do with them is no longer giving you joy. So if you're doing it out of duty that you think you owe them, or that you must do this, it's your job, that's not the truth. It has to be in joy that you're doing it, that you actually look forward to being present with them and wanting to be part of their life. Mr. Nice Guy, gotta wake up, because you're having your energy sucked right out of you. And you know it because you're exhausted after you've been with these people. You feel like you can't even walk into the house up a staircase, or you have to sit down and rest because they've drained you so much. They've poked holes in your energy field and you're leaking all over the place. And this happens to all of us. Just be out in a crowd at a mall at Christmas time and tell me how you felt when you got home. People are going through a lot. When you go out, you can't so-called protect yourself from that energy, because you are out there with the people that you are supposed to be with because they were bringing you joy or showing you your shadow. So when people think that they've wrapped themselves in 16 layers of light, that they're going to be protected from the energy of people, it doesn't work that way. That's metaphysics 101 to make you kind of calm down and feel like nobody can hurt me anymore. I'm protected. You don't need protection. You just need to heal. Because when it's said and done that you don't carry this shadow in you, you're not going to draw that energy to you. They couldn't come within 100 feet of you. You see? Don't wait for life to make your life the way you want it. Go for it. Get out there and find out who you are. You'll always know by the people that you draw to you. Do you understand this? It doesn't have to be strangers. God knows the people closest to us can do the most to shake us up. And then there can be strangers that all they have to do is say something and it stays with you. And you keep thinking about, what did they say that for? Or what was that about? You'll start to find that your world becomes so beautifully smooth and gentle and kind and loving as you clear yourself of those people that are actually aspects of you that you keep finding coming into your life, or experiences that take you to your knees. Don't let it take you to your knees unless you're going to start working on yourself, and that's the posture you choose. Don't beg God for anything, because guess what? You ask God to help you, and this is how God helps you, by bringing the people to you and circumstances that shake your world. Sometimes it's shaking your world with such joy that you don't even know what to do with it. Other times it's shaking your world because you're feeling like it's shattering. But what's really shattering is the old patterns. They don't fit in this new paradigm that's being built. It's crumbling. The old world that we've been in and used to is crumbling. And we have to adapt, and we have to learn how to be in this level of light that is coming into the earth. Believe me, it will just continue to intensify. It isn't going to go away, thank God, because we're getting ready to go into that light and become it. That's what we're working for. It's a journey that can be so joyous if you understand what I'm saying to you. I was counseling somebody, and what they said was what I've said at the forum 450,000 times if it was once. They didn't hear me. They weren't ready. You see? Do you hear me? Because I've been, as I said, going to classes, and I am hearing that we aren't listening. We're not getting what we came for because we think the world is cruel and horrible and dark. It's always been here, but you've woken up and now you see it. It's always been here. Maybe not right in our face, but it's been here. And now it's right in our face, and we're looking at it. What do? Do we curse it, or do we keep sending light into it so that it can help break it down? Spiritual maturity is quite a practice. We catch ourselves constantly judging, constantly trying to make things different than what happened. But in the divine plan for this planet and all life upon it is this journey of going through the shadow and the light. It's serving you, both of them. Please, for your sake, hear me. It is time that we really take this so serious that we realize that it's not going to hurt us. It's going to heal us to go through life as it presents itself. You wrote the script in your divine hand. Sometimes you gotta wonder, what was I thinking on the other side? Because it looks so different from the other side. But once you step into this world and you're having it happen to you, it feels very differently. But you know what? None of us are weak. We are strong. We are powerful. We are wise. We've done this trip how many times now? Now it's time for us to say, who am I? I am that I am, and I can deal with whatever I'm given because I asked for this so that I can become the light in the world. Is that what you want? If that's what you want, nobody's going to give this to you. You've got to take it. You've got to work it. And you've got to make it happen for you. The masters around you will be cheering. Your higher self will do the happy dance. Everyone that's been working with you, all the angels, they are very real. They are very real, and they've been through this. They know what you're going through. That's why they're always with you, always encouraging you to keep going, to be genuine, be you. If it's nasty you, that's what you'd want to change. Catch yourself. You sure do catch everybody that around you doing it. Oh, did you hear that? They're so mean. It's a mighty job, but we took it on. And in that video that we play at the retreat, the strongest of the strong, that would be you, or you wouldn't be interested in what we're working on. This is a schoolroom, the earth. And there are teachers on the planet speaking about the same things I am, trying to get our attention to step out of the world a little bit more. You've played for centuries. You've done all the fun stuff. It's time to really take this and put it first and foremost. And if you don't, well, guess what the consequences are? You got to do this again. Anybody here want to go into 5D? Raise your hand. Good work. Yes. You know, I never get tired of what I do to improve on myself. I don't. I feel so good that I can speak to you about what I'm accomplishing each day of my life. I don't have to apologize to anyone for being genuinely me. You understand that? How many times have we said, I'm sorry? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, please, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. What are you sorry about? I was in a store. Everybody was saying they were sorry. I said, what is with everybody apologizing constantly for just doing what they do? Don't apologize. Don't give cause to apologize. Let's put it that way. It's very nice if you catch yourself and do apologize. Yes, that's not what I'm saying. But if you live a life where you constantly have to apologize about things, you might want to look at yourself and see what you're doing to have to feel that you have to do this. You see? Being me or you being you doesn't give you permission to beat up on everybody because you feel that that's the way they should be. That's not what I'm saying. Do that to yourself. Become the commander in chief of your own life and start listening to what you say and how you say it. We could rip people to shreds sometimes and don't even realize until we look at them and they look like they're going to cry after we got done with them. I used to do it when I was a teenager because I was so angry, and I thought, good, finally, I'm not the one being beat up. Yeah, really nice. I had to make amends, and I did. And now, when people are mean or angry and I see them, I just feel so sorry for them that they're in that state. They're in such pain. And if you just happen to be there, especially the greater lights, we make it so they almost go nutso because we hit them in all of their buttons in that with that light. So on that, I'll stop because I want to continue at after I do the closing for the closing prayer. So I just would like to invite those that watch this on YouTube. Our Divine Origin is that it's a beautiful purple box with a dove because there's others that have names like ours. And we post this and you can listen to the video and the song. And that is after where the title is, you hit more and then more again, and it's in a list. The next day after we do it live on Wednesdays, it's posted. But we do invite you to join us. We have a website, ourdivineorigin.com, with lots of prayers, the way to really cleanse yourself, and lots of other good stuff on there. So we invite you to visit that site. Okay? So let us continue on. And thank you for being here this evening, and I hope you enjoyed so far.
Thank you, Barbara, for your stimulating discourse. This is not recorded.
Give yourself permission to be you. You're beautiful. You're wise. You're loving. You're everything. And if other people don't see it, it's a shame. It's a shame. They want to be you, and they don't feel they are. That's all it is. It has no reflection on your beauty. Believe me. God bless you, and thank you. It was a beautiful song.
Christine, thank you. Barbara, can we have your closing statement?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tonight's topic, Divine Feminine 2. I want to make a couple of comments from some of the teaching on that video. The demons that Jesus took out of Mary Magdalene. It wasn't demons like you would think. I hope you caught what it was saying. It's actually the dark shadow stuff inside ourselves. You see? And it was just, that was how they presented it to put it in our mind that we can get rid of that shadow part of ourself and we can let it go. Because when we bring in the light, which be represented by Jesus, then that light brings it up into focus, just like it's doing in the outer world. And we get to see, oh my God, I got work to do. And the people that come to you are not the enemy. That's why Jesus said to love thy enemy, because they appear to be, because they're so obnoxious or they are constantly pushing our buttons, but they're doing it as a contract. The archetype. There are archetypes of all kinds of people. And Mary Magdalene represents the divine feminine, the part of us that is good and loving and holy. And And back in her day, it was the most dangerous time for a woman to have any kind of power, even up to very modern history. The male, masculine world was in power. But P.S., before that, the female, the feminine, was in power, and we were out of control. We were like the slave drivers to all of the men, and they were here just to serve us. And a lot of you have remembrances of being in service to the feminine energy, and you tend to kind of move with that, and you do it gracefully and beautifully. And we are very grateful that you do, because it's very important that everybody has that mystical marriage where we're actually having peace with the masculine and feminine energy, so we can become whole and balanced. And it's part of the ascension. But it takes a long time sometimes. We'll be a female battling with all the guys, or it'll be the guys always battling with women, never finding anyone that they can say they can love, because they have these issues inside their own self. And they're just fighting themselves is what they're doing. But when we can merge together and find our place with the masculine and feminine energy coming together, we have accomplished the mystical marriage, and it's in the heart. And then we can move on from there and have a nice balance in our life, especially us women that are very, very powerful. We were very strong in our thoughts, in our beliefs, in how we conduct ourselves. We're leaders, natural leaders, and it's very hard for us to step out of that mode and just lighten up and slow down and control ourselves better. So please forgive us if we've been very tough on you. We really are tough. I always say that, my poor Charlie, what he's had to go to tame me. But all kidding aside, it's a beautiful dance, but it can be very painful until we surrender to the healing that we're each trying to give to each other. This is why we came together. That's why it is so important to really work on yourself. When you see that people aren't responding to you well, it isn't like too bad, too sad. It's for us to look at ourselves and say, what do I do to trigger them? Even have the guts to maybe sit down with somebody that you feel that you would get honest answers with. And then instead of like getting insulted or angry, just listen to the constructive criticism that you asked for, and then see what you can do about it. See if you feel that it is something you can improve on, because we want to be the best version of ourselves, not misuse our power. Our brains, boy, people think because we're smart or we have a degree and we know so much, that isn't where it's at. It's here in the heart. What is your heart telling you about being with other people? How you manage yourself with other people? Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy? And I've asked that question to so many people that are battling away with people competing with them constantly. It isn't worth it. Be happy. Be pleasant. Be kind. They're struggling just like we are. They need help. And if you can understand that because you've done healing on yourself, then you can be a great asset to them. The demon situation, there's all different levels of demon and interaction with energies. Some are external that latch onto you. Some are disembodied beings they didn't leave the earth plane because they're not done, or they refuse to go, and they have unfinished business, and on and on and on. Then there's the ones that are just pure energy that's inside us, that we can very nicely take care of. Now, the ones that latch on to us, I had such a horrible experience over and over. If I ever went to a place where there was a lot of alcohol being served, and there was this one place that we loved to go because they had a great band that played there, but everybody was drinking, and I was watching all these entities hooking into their fields to get the vibration of the alcoholism, the energy of that alcohol. And it was a horrible vision. And I kept thinking I was imagining these things, but it happened so many times. So what I would do is keep calling in Archangel Michael to detach them. And in some cases, he didn't do it. And so when I got home, I would ask him why. And he said, because they need to learn a lesson from this. This is something they need to deal with, because their personalities would completely change and they were not themselves. And it was because they were latched onto. There's so much in the world. And, people say, well, it's no big deal. I'll just go to these places because it's fun and I want to hear the music and stuff. But I wouldn't go anymore because I just didn't like what I saw, what it did to people, and how these entities are very real. And then there are the demons. And yeah, you don't want to mess with them. And if they do come, they're challenging you to see if you'll choose the light or the darkness. And you just choose the light and don't be afraid of them. They can't touch you. Then they know it. But they come because that's part of the whole way things work here. You do face your demons. Okay? So there's all kinds of steps and stages. I have a couple of really good videos lined up just about this very topic, and all the ways that we have to go through different stages, where we think we're done, where we think we're clean, and then we're tested to see if we'll hold that light. So never give up and never give in. I've heard that someplace. Because we have a job to do, and we have to learn to use our power, not be afraid of anything. Fear is not real. It's something that we learned is something that can do something to us. Don't go there. You use your power and your strength and know who you are. And because you're in the book of life, everyone knows that isn't in the book of life, the darkness. And they know they got to step lightly. And if you say, get out of my fields or my home or off my property, they have to leave. Just say it and mean it. That's all. I'm trying to give you a pep talk here of your power. And it's really real. And I've had to do it just so that I could prove to myself that this is real. It really shook me the first time, I'll tell you that much, because I have seen things. It was not pleasant. Yep, I could smell it before it even showed itself. I could smell it. The darkness stinks. It really does. It really does. And demons are the worst. It's like spoiled food that's been in your refrigerator for 8 weeks that you didn't see it in the back. And you go to take it out and it's like, whoa. Well, that's what they smell like. Yeah, I have a very extraordinary sense of smell, Charlie said. He's right. Poor kid. But anyway, with that in mind, just know your power. You've always had it. And once you know you have it, use it rightly. Use it well. Use it for good things. Don't dare misuse it, or it'll be taken off, you will not be able to use it. It's like they'll switch the switch off, and then you'll feel so powerless and you wonder what happened. We're not here to misuse our power. We're here to use it well and use it with the idea that we are here to help God's children. Okay? All right. So it was a very powerful evening as far as I'm concerned, because we do need to understand the power of both the masculine and feminine energy, and not that it's at war with each other. It really needs to come together to serve each other. Okay? All right. So that's my closing statement for this evening. And we're going to do the planetary prayer next. So please stay and help the world to continue moving forward. God bless you. And thank you for being on tonight. And I'm looking forward to next week.
Thank you, Barbara. This continues to be recorded. I will read our closing prayer. Please remain muted. We are deeply grateful for this forum. We thank those in attendance for your attention, for your wonderful questions, comments, and stories that touched our hearts and opened our minds to new possibilities. Our collective energy has filled this forum with light and love for each other. We are so grateful that each of us brings guides and angelic beings to the forum, raising the frequency ever higher. We are grateful for the assistance, inspiration, and guidance from the benevolent beings overseeing the forum. Know we are all deeply loved and richly blessed. So be it. We invite all of you to remain for a 10-minute prayer before saying goodnight to each other. We will be closing the evening with the planetary prayer as our collective call for the light to bless every kingdom upon earth, to create a new heaven and a new earth. The words are on the screen to help you recite this beautiful prayer. Okay, Christine, please start the planetary visualization video. Thank you.
It is recorded.
Okay.
So let's sit nice and tall in our seats, our feet on the ground. Straighten up your spine. Let that light be able to move nicely through your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Call up that light into your feet, up your legs, the trunk of your body, your arms, hands, up your neck and in your head as it loops back down into the earth, through your body, out the soles of your feet in a continuous flow. Let's begin setting everything into motion. I call for the divine Christ radiance to surround me, hermetically sealing around me. Nothing but love can penetrate this seal of divine light. I call for the divine light to enter my crown directly from source, moving through every atom, molecule, cell, and energy within my body and fields. The flow of divine light moves through my body into the earth, out through the soles of my feet, continuing in a steady flow and building in potency. I ask my higher self to connect my heart with the other prayer warriors all over the world, to create a unified effort as one mind, one heart, one intent. I call to the benevolent beings of light for their assistance. I ask my higher self to add power to the words of this planetary visualization. Now let us rest in the divine light, concentrating on our breath and on the light flowing. Let it clear your mind, breathing in the divine light and hold it. Now breathe out the divine light. Breathing in the divine light, hold it. Now breathe out the divine light. One last time, breathing in the divine light, hold it. Now breathe out all the divine light. Extending your arms, turn the palms of your hands to face each other, about a foot apart. Visualize the earth and her atmosphere between your hands. The light will begin to flow into your hands and into the earth and her atmosphere. You'll feel it flowing. Let us call in the divine light. I am calling the violet ray as violet fire to flow directly from source into the earth's atmosphere, penetrating into the earth's surface all the way through to the core in a steady flow. I am calling the divine Christ radiance to move through my body, out through my hands and heart. The divine light is pouring into the earth's atmosphere, penetrating the surface and continuing to the center of the planet in a steady flow, blessing the earth in divine light. Now let us direct the divine light with authority. I am directing the divine light into the planetary grid lines, the electronic grid and meridian lines surrounding the earth, the ley lines crisscrossing the earth, repairing and charging these lines as the divine light moves in a continuous flow. I am directing the divine light to penetrate the kingdoms represented on earth and all life within each kingdom, the elemental, plant and food chain, the animal kingdom, human kingdom, angelic kingdom, and all kingdoms known and unknown. I am directing the divine light to penetrate the dimensions of the earth, penetrating these dimensions and all life within each dimension. I am directing the divine light to penetrate the waters of the earth, on the surface, under the surface, in the atmosphere, and all life within these waters, purifying the water as God intended in the beginning. I am directing the divine light to penetrate all land masses, the continents and islands of land upon the earth's surface, and all life living upon the surface and under the surface. I am directing the divine light to penetrate the cities, towns, and communities upon the land, and all life living within inhabited locations on the earth. I am directing divine light to penetrate all of humanity on earth, every man, woman, and child incarnated on earth, lifting them in the light, awakening and ascending ever higher as divine source intended from the beginning. I am directing the divine light to penetrate all species of animals on the land, flying in the sky, all organisms and elementals on the surface and beneath the surface of the earth. I am visualizing the benevolent beings of light upon the earth, assisting all humanity, showing us the way, guiding us, assisting those awakened, and embracing those just awakening, leading humanity to a higher reality and to bring the concepts of a higher order of divine love for yourself and others. Now breathing deeply, taking in the entire picture of all that you have visualized, marveling as you help create a new heaven and a new earth, filled with divine light, as divine source intended from the beginning. Let us express our gratitude. I am thanking the benevolent beings of light for their assistance and guidance. I thank my higher self for giving power to my words, manifesting my divine vision. I thank the divine light for its steady flow of purity to all creation. I thank Mother Earth for providing all of our needs from her abundance and beauty. I thank the angels in every color of the rainbow for their daily assistance and blessings. And I thank our divine source for all of creation. Concentrating on your hands as that light is pouring into the earth. And now place your hands upon your heart and feel the divine flow of light, giving thanks for being of service to our divine source. Now rest your arms, press your feet to the floor, become aware of your surroundings. And when you are feeling ready, open your eyes and return fully present. This visualization and directives of light is to co-create and manifest the transformation of our planet, giving back to her for all she offers to us. This is God's plan for this planet and all life upon her. So be it, and so it is. Amen and amen. You can have a copy of this visualization and a prayer to cleanse the earth. Visit our website, ourdivineorigin.com. Thank you.
Okay. Stop recording. Okay, I am returning everything back to Barbara.